Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back to another episode of Monday Morning Grit with Warren and James.
Yep, and it's fall.
It is fall. It's rained 3 out of the 4 last days, I think.
Yeah, I think
The gray is in the air.
it's another one of those what do you call it? Atmospheric rivers.
A lot of rain.
Yes, I think
The water table is filling.
all week, which the water table I think needs it pretty bad.
Well, that's good. Refill the reservoirs.
We had a remarkably dry summer.
Yeah.
Um,
But it means yard working in the rain, so I hear.
oh yeah. So I did some yard work. Just cutting vegetation back from the house because you don't want it like right up against
You don't
the
want
house.
it on the house.
Yeah, and then
Usually more of a springtime project, but you'll get it in the spring, I'm sure, as well. Get the new starts.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it in the spring. It's just like it's one of those things where I feel like it hasn't been done in a while, so I figured I might as well
Playing
just do it
catch up.
now. Yeah, exactly. And
How much yard waste bins do you have?
I just have one,
You have
and
one.
it's almost full already.
Oh, you did. I was gonna say, did you fill it all the way up?
It's almost full.
Because that's how I usually gauge how much yard work is a reasonable amount.
Mm-hmm.
Is how much fills up. If I do enough that I fill up a yard waste bin, then I did my work for the week.
Nice. Yeah.
Or every other
Every
week.
2 weeks. Yeah.
But we have 2 bins that we get every 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
So it's like one every week.
Yeah. Getting rid of black locust saplings has been a challenge. So today, just cut them down, right?
Mhm.
They're the stump, and then next weekend probably try to dig them out. But
Mhm.
I think we were talking earlier about how difficult they are to get rid of.
Yeah, my brother had to dig out some in this backyard here, and they were like 6 feet deep, some of the starts, and had done serious successions of poison that were ineffective, and
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I guess it's the way they grow. They're runners, right? So like you'll have roots shoot out and then pop up with the saplings. I like them when they're fully grown. I think they're a good-looking tree. The saplings, though, I'm sure you've seen the thorns.
Yeah.
They're like an inch long, and
Totally.
they'll take over.
It's like that Chinese bamboo torture.
Yeah.
You ever hear about that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The shoots grow so fast that it'll pierce your skin.
Yeah.
Grow right through your heart.
That's crazy. Yeah, they grow fast too. It's like, I feel like in a year some of those saplings will grow like 5 feet.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, they're an invasive species, so.
Yeah, I can see why. They'll take over a whole yard if given the chance.
Yeah, they take over the whole country.
Yeah. The interesting thing about black locust is the wood is the highest, in terms of thermal output. Like if you were to burn it, it is the highest heat wood in terms of like British thermal unit output.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the hottest one.
Huh. I would have thought that it would have something to do with the amount of oil in wood, so I would have guessed eucalyptus. But
eucalyptus. I don't know. You probably know a lot more about trees than I do.
Maybe I know a little bit, but I just know eucalyptus. It's why like a lot of places, like in California, don't allow you to grow eucalyptus anymore because it has so much oil in it.
Okay.
Like tea tree oil. It's in a lot of things, but it'll just burn like a candle for days.
That's
whereas
crazy.
other trees will burn out.
Yeah.
But I guess I wouldn't know how that would have to deal with hot heat. But you'd think oil. The oil is the heat.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many like BTUs it is exactly, but I'm told it's the hottest of all the woods.
Interesting.
Yeah, makes great fuel.
Or a tough fire to start.
Yeah, for sure. And then also I gotta get like, there's some places where too much mulch was poured, so it's like against the siding of the house, which is not good. Especially if like my siding.
But mulch is good, so you'd use it for something else, maybe.
Yeah, I'll just shuffle it around.
You gotta get a shovel.
I have a spade. I don't have a good shovel.
Yeah, you gotta get the flathead one. That's a good one.
That's
a good precise one.
Yeah. Well, I guess my spade has a flat head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's not quite a shovel. It's a spade.
Well, does it get the mulch off the house?
It will.
And good enough, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah, for sure. I need to probably get a lawnmower one of these days too.
Yeah, well, the lawn's not mowing a lot this season.
No, certainly not.
You have a little bit of time, I imagine.
Yeah, I do. But, yep, yard work. I don't mind it too much actually because
Mhm.
you come back to the yard later and you can appreciate you've seen the work you've put in.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's a good feeling.
Well, there's it's like a nesting too. Like you come into your house and to make it into a home, you need to do things to it yourself.
Yep. Yeah,
So
exactly.
I always encourage that behavior.
Yeah, it always takes me a while before I actually start to associate a place with home.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still accidentally take the wrong exit on the way back from work.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it takes me a couple months usually before it's I've
Before
actually
you've settled in a little
mentally transitioned to this place being home now.
And one of those things is just oh yeah, I remember cleaning that up or trimming that or moving that to the side.
I got to do the gutters too.
Oh yeah, are they leaking all over the place?
Yeah, which leads me to believe that they're pretty full of debris.
Oh yeah. Well, make sure you check your basement for potential flooding too.
Yeah, thankfully I don't have a basement.
Oh, you don't have a basement?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have a
good.
crawl space though, and the crawl space needs some work too.
Crawl space can flood as well, but it's less important when it does.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get a professional to do the crawl space. I won't.
Yeah, you don't want to be crawling around.
No, I'm beyond crawling. I learned to walk. No need to crawl anymore for me. My crawling days are behind me.
Sometimes it does seem efficient, but it's just getting down there is the hard part. It's like once you're already down, I think it's reasonably efficient.
You got good stability.
If you have good knee pads, it's not as bad.
I've never seen anybody trip while they're crawling.
That's a good point. It's easier to scurry. You have more pivotability. I suppose.
Yeah. But anyways, I think we were pretty lucky this summer. I don't think we ever had super bad days in terms of smoke or those triple digit days.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is good. I mean, granted though, it was a warmer and drier summer still on average, so I think we're just sort of coincidentally lucky that there wasn't a big fire or something, but
well, I mean, there's lots of fires in Canada, enough to make up for it.
For sure.
But so you brought by an IPA for us today, a Narrows.
Oh yeah, Narrows Brewing Company.
Looks like it's
there.
It's the Octo. Is that what it's called?
Yep. It's
not bad for an IPA.
No, not bad at all. I think it's what I like to call an inoffensive IPA.
Okay.
Right.
Why do you say that?
There are some people that just don't like strong hoppy flavors, right?
Okay, yeah, that'd be me.
And if they, have like those IPAs that have a very almost overwhelming hoppiness to them, it's offensive to the senses. So the ones that are a bit more palatable for people who don't like hoppy flavors,
well,
it's
there we
an
go.
inoffensive IPA.
Then we recommend it, the Octo.
Oh,
do you think the Octo has something to do with the method of brewing? I also like it's got a little octopus in the emblem.
I think it does actually, but I couldn't tell you unless it's like
it's 8 times filtered or it's triple distilled.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's called Octo. Maybe it was like their 8th beer that they made.
Okay, or it's October. It's the October beer.
It's a little early, but Oktoberfest is coming up.
Yeah, but this is the sneak preview for it.
Oh yeah.
It's around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. Which that also means Oktoberfest is coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but that is something to consider at the fairgrounds if you're already sick and tired of the state fair, which I think is over anyways.
I think it's like the last weekend of it.
Yeah. Did you get out to the state fair at all?
I did. The first day of the fair I went.
Okay.
Yep. Went and rode the hang glider ride and I'm not a huge ride person. I'm more like looking at the flowers and the biggest pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm not really a ride person either, especially because I find it to be you'll eat up a lot of time on the rides, and that most of it's just waiting in line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, if I'm gonna wait in line for like 30 minutes, worst case scenario, I guess, at the fair,
Mm-hmm.
it better be a damn good ride.
Oh yeah, I saw this great Bill Burr bit this last week. I
Mm.
guess it was like a one-off thing he shot
Yeah.
where he was talking about he went to Disneyland
Mm-hmm.
and he waited 2.5 hours to go on the new Super Mario ride.
Oh,
Yeah, he did like 15 minutes on it.
it must.
2.5 hours is a crazy amount
That
of
is a
time to wait.
long time.
Because it's like an hour in, you're like, I'd give up, but there's no real way. Where do I go? How
Yeah.
do I do it?
Yeah, because you're just gonna wait in another line.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. Where? How do you need to sit? You
What?
know, you need food.
Whatever happened to use the bathroom?
Use the bathroom. Exactly.
Whatever happened to Fast Pass?
And that one, that was the thing is he thought they had the fast pass, but it didn't apply to the brand new ride.
That's crazy.
So.
I feel like we learned so much about like how lines work from Disneyland. Like,
Yeah, that we should be able to do
it's-
more optimization.
it's the laboratory for all things line,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the whole switchback, sort of like you go to airport security and they have like the little ropes
Mm-hmm.
that make it sort of a switchback, so it makes the distance from the actual checkpoint feel a lot
it
shorter
looks like it's closer.
than it actually is. That's a Disneyland invention.
Oh, totally. Or even just having like distractions for you. You're in a new room
Mhm.
now, and it feels like, oh, well, now I'm in the room that is close.
Yes. Yeah, that always gets me. I'm like, we must be right around the corner. It turns out there's 4 other rooms ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And another person to say, you're here. You've made it.
Yeah.
You have arrived. I was like, oh, I have.
Yeah.
5 more minutes.
I'm trying to think of like there are other things that are deliberately set up so you like wait in line before getting into another line before getting into another line. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There was something that I did recently where it was exactly that. It was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You finally get to the front of one line, and then it turns out there's just another line right behind it.
Government bureaucracy.
Yeah.
You're probably, filling out your IRS forms. Or,
Probably something like that.
Probably applying to probably something with your mortgage.
It was something very boring,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess enough people need to do it. You have to wait in line.
So it goes.
Yep. But yeah, overall, I had a pretty good summer, I'd say.
Yeah, if you were to
just
sum up the whole summer.
Just reflecting back on it.
Yeah, productive in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I mean, I got my new place.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got out of my apartment, which was like the big goal of the summer, and probably what I spent most of my time and effort this
Like
summer
thinking
doing.
about, yeah.
Yeah. Looked at a lot of houses.
Oh yeah. Well, now you got to feel like you know the city better than ever.
I do.
Did you do what? Did you do anything this week?
Yeah,
Tacoma
actually.
related? Anything?
I do you know the company Tote Maritime?
No, they don't make the bags, do they?
No, they don't. But they do have tote bags.
Okay. You'd hope so.
Anyways, Tote does domestic shipping from here to Alaska. And I was at an event where I got to be on at their office, which is up on the top floor of 909 A Street, which I think State Farm used to have those
Okay.
offices. But anyways, beautiful office. This office is gorgeous. You have like this huge panoramic view of like Tacoma and the port, and I mean it's just I'm so jealous.
That they have that nice of an office.
Yeah. Oh man, it's up on like I think the 12th floor of 909 A Street, and it was nice. They had drinks up there and food, and it's just a nice event. I really enjoyed it.
Sometimes that's all it takes is just like to have a nice atmosphere, and it makes the event nice.
Mhm.
Or or the company you keep. But even if that, it's like, if I can look out this window, I'm set.
Oh yeah. The only thing I probably wouldn't like about working there is they had like an open floor plan.
Oh, you don't like that for a work environment?
I feel like when you have an open floor plan, it's an invitation for everyone to bother you with every little concern that they have, right?
Yeah.
Like the cubicle gives you somewhat of a barrier. Well, the cubicle can be annoying too, right?
At least it's somewhat of a sound barrier.
Yeah, and it sort of keeps the most minuscule issues that people might bring to you at bay, because like they'd have to go through a maze of cubicles. I feel like mentally having everything out on an open floor and just being able to see who you need from across the room, people just get up and go. But if you can't see anybody, it takes a little more.
You're protected a little bit.
Yeah, it takes a little more mental effort to, get.
I just feel like it's distracting, to have to even be paying attention. Like I want some horse blinders on.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Like stay me focused on my task. I don't need any extra noises or visuals.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I think there's probably arguments for both. But my personal preference is I think I like the cube farm.
Yeah. Well, I like a corner office if I can take it.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, one day.
Yeah.
One day. But yeah, that was that really the main event of my week?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good event.
Yeah.
If you go, I consider one event a week like a pretty reasonable pace.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah. I was hosted for Duncan Trussell this weekend.
Yeah.
Except on Thursday, I guess I did poorly enough that he asked for me to not host the rest of the weekend going forward, and he just had his feature.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was like very unsettling,
That would have really.
Because like I definitely didn't do my best, and you
Yeah.
know the feeling of like walking off stage and you're like, that didn't go as well as I hoped it would, or like as well as I usually do even.
Yeah, so is it one or two shows on Thursdays?
It was just one show on Thursday.
So he didn't even give you a second chance to
Yeah, I
redeem.
know, which seems crazy.
That's insane.
Because like, Willie and Logan was telling me, he's like, I don't think I've ever really seen that before. I didn't even like. It's not like there were no laughs. Like I was getting laughs. Some bits didn't do that good for sure.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. And so it was a weird thing, and I'm not sure exactly. Like, I think it might have been. I told the feature that it was my first time hosting, like for a big weekend.
Oh.
And so if she had passed that information on to him, and then also they were like, oh, and he's not doing that great. They're like, well, he's probably not going to do better. I'm not sure. It's a little conjecture.
Yeah.
But I did end up getting paid for the whole weekend, which is nice.
That is nice.
And the booker told me like they didn't think it was me. They thought it was on Duncan's end.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of a weird thing because like, I've seen people do pretty poorly.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel good to do like the way like to not do well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so quite a weekend.
No, that would have shocked me, actually.
Yeah.
Shocked me that you don't even get a second chance.
Yeah, exactly. No, my body did feel it for like a whole day afterwards. I needed like a couple of naps to break through on that.
Yeah, gosh.
But
man, I'm sorry that happened to you, man.
yeah, well, so I guess now that's how you grow, or those will be the funny stories later. But
or if we meet Duncan Trussell out in public,
yeah,
we're gonna
exactly.
jump
If I
his
see him
ass.
again after I make it, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, Duncan, remember me?
Yeah.
Why didn't you give me another chance?"
Yeah.
But I was curious. Like, I never really found out like if it was like a specific bid or like something I did or anything like that. But yeah. So anyway, I ended up only doing one show, but I still get to count myself as a paid regular at the. Because now I've hosted at both the downtown and the 6 and Proctor location for weekends.
Yeah.
So I get the comic rate at the bar for I don't know how long.
I haven't gotten a closing spot like even during open mics since I think February.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know if I noticed that.
yeah.
Interesting. I wonder. Actually, I wonder how they even pick the closing spots for that.
I don't know, but I'm starting to think like either
Did you look at this next month coming ahead? I haven't looked at it yet.
is it out yet?
I don't know. I
October?
think it's got to be soon.
Probably. Anyways,
Mm.
yeah, I'm like I didn't even realize it until I was like, this month I noticed Stephen Ryan closed twice.
Oh,
And
interesting.
I
Did he
was-
close at both both
He
spots?
closed at both locations.
Oh, okay.
But like
Yeah, right.
I was like, wow, I don't know if I've seen someone get twice in 1 month.
Yeah, right.
And then I realized like I haven't done it in like half a year.
Yeah, that is quite a long time since February.
Yeah.
Have you hosted as well?
Uh,
Because sometimes I
yeah,
feel
I've
like
hosted.
sometimes I feel like they think that hosting and closing are equal, and I don't think. Even though would much rather close than host.
I'd much rather close as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I have a hosting spot this month.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
I think this week.
Oh, this week?
Yeah.
Nice. Which is it? Maybe they tell the people to come out.
Yeah. Shoot, let me get my phone out and check. But while I do that, yeah, I went to a couple of.
I hope it's one of the Six and Proctor ones.
I hope so too.
Those ones have been doing great lately.
I prefer Six and Proctor
Mm-hmm.
over downtown, like without contest. Were you at downtown on what was it, Tuesday night?
Yeah, I was.
That was weird.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
No.
There were people there though, which is always like, you get optimistic and you're like, oh, I guess I didn't do that great.
Thursday, September 28th.
There we go.
Six and Proctor.
Six and Proctor on Thursday. Be there, be square.
Come on down. It's gonna be a good time. Our closer is
Is it Stephen Ryan?
Norrin Van.
Norrin. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And yeah, should be a good one.
Wait, didn't Norrin close last week?
Did he? I didn't go to the last two mics of the week.
Yeah, I think he
was
went on.
busy.
He closed on Wednesday. But actually, I think it was because he swapped with Stephen Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So they must have both got.
Two closing
Two.
spots.
Well.
And here's the thing: it's not like there's a shortage of people who would be willing and able to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Although there have been a couple of times when Macy's been around
Mhm.
when just like the closer messaged and was like, I'm not going to make it, or they figured out that the closer wasn't going to show up,
Yeah.
and then he's just right place, right time, and got a closer spot.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes that does happen, or like, you know, a bucket for the closer is a nice one to grab.
Yeah, and maybe that's like, maybe I need to be more of a people person.
Yeah,
Not
well,
much of a people person.
Macy just knows how to do that, or be at the right place at the right time sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
So it
that's
goes.
that's
so looking
coming up.
forward to Thursday then.
Yeah. So I guess in a couple things I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been checking out some of the places around me to eat.
Oh, okay.
Went to the Cloverleaf, which proclaims it has world famous pizza. Whenever a place says it has world famous,
They're
something,
overreaching.
I'm very
Just say Tacoma's best.
yeah, and even then,
Yeah.
you know,
They're the best on the street.
a good pizza speaks for itself.
Yes. Be modest.
And
Act like you've been there before.
I was like, how is this world famous? Like, I ate it. Like, it was a competent pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Was it good? Yes. World famous?
It was good.
It was good, but I'm not a pizza aficionado.
Mm-hmm.
You can give me, I guess, what would be considered a fairly mediocre pizza, and I'd be like, this is great.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
You
that's
know?
good.
I enjoyed it. Like, was it worth the money to me? Sure, but
Will you go
did
back regularly?
any place, I'll put it this way: any place that when you sit down, they ask you first thing, "Would you like popcorn?" is a winner.
Whoa, popcorn.
Yes, they give you popcorn.
Wow, interesting.
I don't know if you have to pay for it yet.
Is it regular popcorn?
Yeah, they give you a basket of popcorn.
Huh, that's great.
Yeah.
So did you ate there?
No, I did takeout this time. Next time I am going to sit down and try the popcorn.
Oh, you didn't get any popcorn. You just
I
noticed they
feel like
were
the
offering it.
popcorn should be the famous thing. There's no other place I know locally that asks you if you want popcorn when you sit down.
Oh, but it's only if you only if you eat there.
Well, I mean, I did sit down and have a beer.
Okay.
But I didn't. I was gonna get a whole pizza for myself. I didn't want to spoil my appetite on popcorn.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I was impressed. I was impressed with the
All right.
popcorn aspect.
Well,
the
then-
pizza. If you're hungry, it's pizza.
If you're hungry and it's closed, is it open late?
It closes at 10.
10?
But
That's about normal.
also the sign says ice cold beer, and I'm just like that
That's too cold.
goes without saying,
Mm.
doesn't it? Like, I don't know. I feel like when refrigeration was like first being invented, like
It's like
ice
whoa,
cold beer is
this is
something.
big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like this is the coldest beer you've ever had, but now
Being cold that's hardly a novelty.
I've got ice cold beer at home.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually be more impressed if some place was like, you know what?
We
We
got
got room temperature beer.
hot beer.
Piping
It's
hot beer.
We're different.
Yeah. Ice cold hot dogs and
Yeah.
piping hot beer. But
I don't think I've ever had a hot beer.
no.
I've had a
neither have I.
warm beer.
Yeah.
And that's bad enough.
It's very bad.
yeah.
There are some beers that are better if you have them like cold but not ice cold, like stouts. I feel like
Mm.
if it warms up a little, like you drink it slowly, and if it starts to warm up a little bit while you drink it, I think it actually makes it better.
Mm.
But that's just with like stouts, maybe porters too. But like if I'm drinking a lager, right, I'm throwing back some Rainiers, I want it to be as cold as possible.
Yeah, exactly. It slides down the throat easier.
Oh yeah, easy peasy. And then there's another place called the Loose Wheel. Now
Loose wheel.
I'm very suspicious, much like how I'm suspicious of places that proclaim that they're world famous. I'm also suspicious of bars where it is the like a bad sort of adjective, like loose is typically
Loose isn't
not
good. Well, unless you're
unless like no, loose is rarely
yeah, loose.
used
I'm
and
trying to think
good.
of one situation where loose is good.
Yeah.
I mean, a loose pickle jar maybe. But then it
maybe.
might not have pickled correctly.
Yeah. But anyways, loose or like some sort of like negative adjective and then object, like the negative adjective object. Always suspicious of bars with names like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
How did this one fare?
the people who were in there seemed to be enjoying it, but not my crowd.
Too many ties or too many tattoos?
I think it was just too loud. Music was too loud. People were too loud.
What time of day was it?
I think it was like 1 in the morning.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes sense.
It shouldn't be that loud at 1 in the morning.
Well, that's the time to be when people are loud, though.
You should be sleepy.
That's true, but I think people get tired, or like, those are the loud people. Like, there are people who are, as you get drunker, you get louder.
Nothing good happens after midnight.
Yes, but there are people who it does, and those people are loud.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's a bad thing that they're being super loud.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't like
because
it.
you're not participating in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a particularly loud person.
No, me either. I don't think I've ever yelled.
But I also don't like gimmicks, right?
Okay. I
If
like
you-
a gimmick.
If you order a pizza at the Loose Wheel, it comes out on a hubcap.
A hubcap.
Yeah.
Is
I mean, like,
it
there's the pizza dish, like there's the metal pizza dish.
the
but
the concave or the convex?
the it's on the concave side of the hubcap.
Oh, okay. So then, do they do it like deep dish style?
No, so like there's like the pizza tray, right? The flat pizza tray.
Oh,
right,
the pizza tray is still
is
there.
on the hubcap,
Okay.
but it's like brought out on a hubcap. If you get what I'm saying.
Does it sit flat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like
It's not like rocking back and forth.
no. These aren't like 1950s like the big chrome like
That's what I was
hubcaps.
picturing.
These are like the plastic piece of shit like 2003 Toyota Corolla hubcaps.
Okay, interesting.
It's just I don't know. I thought
Was it an effective tool or ineffective? You felt
you almost don't even notice it until like I don't
that's
know.
nice then.
You're
That hardly matters.
You're like done with your pizza, right? You maybe have a few pieces left. You ask for a box, so you're picking up your pieces, and you're like, "What is? Oh my, this is a hubcap."
Mm.
Even though they tell you it comes out out on a hubcap, I'm like, is that what they call their pizza dishes?
Yeah, right.
But it's like, yeah, I get it. It's the loose wheel. Haha, it came out on a hubcap. But I'm just like, there's a part of me that's like, you guys keep hubcaps in your kitchen?
Yeah, well,
That's
do
the
they
thing.
wash them with the dishwasher?
That's the thing that I'm like, yeah, do they have to put hubcaps in their dishwasher?
I guess they probably do.
Are they
well,
dishwasher safe?
I mean, if they're chrome, they probably are.
I think they're plastic.
Then maybe.
Yeah, mostly plastic. Maybe some metal on there.
Depends on the plastic, I suppose, then.
Yeah. I know a guy who had a keyboard that was dishwasher safe.
Mm.
You could throw it in the dishwasher and it would still work. But anyways, I'm sure it's the people there were nice. Like the people who worked there, nice people. And I'm sure there is some food that's good there.
Mm-hmm, but you haven't found it yet.
The pizza is not their strong suit.
Okay.
But
what? How far away is it from you?
I would say probably a 15-minute walk or like a 3-4 minute drive.
Okay, so this sounds like the kind of place that if it was within a 5-minute walk, would be much better.
I'd be a regular.
Yeah.
Easily. You get a bar, I don't care how shitty a bar is. If you can walk to it like comfortably, like I'm
Yeah.
talking no more than 5 minutes, I'll be a regular.
Yeah.
Be the worst bar in the world.
Just mad at everything around you, but it's close.
Yeah, it's close. That's very strong feature. Like it's
Mhm.
number one in terms of like bar preference.
Yeah, how close?
Is proximity
Yeah.
for me. But yeah, those two places, I was just like, I like pizza. I'll try the pizza at
Yeah,
both
give it
these
a go.
places. And the Cloverleaf, much stronger in terms of pizza, but not world famous. At least I don't know why it would be.
What kind of pizza did you get?
Both times I just got a pepperoni.
Okay, just you got to test it out, test the waters.
I think we had talked about this before. Like, cheese pizza is like, if you want to figure out like how good they are on fundamentals,
Sure.
you get a cheese pizza, right?
But pepperoni, it's not like it's that. That's level 2.
That, and I was worried. Like, I'm like, if this is a shitty cheese pizza, I'm gonna wish I had some pepperoni. It's a lack of trust. I'm not gonna make the leap of faith. So I'm like, let's put a little something on there, right? Just a little something. Pepperoni.
That's smart.
It's also classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I
Well,
don't.
You're gonna have to come back next week with even more reviews of the local. How many places do you think you are within this like 10-15 minute walking area of you?
Gosh, there's probably like 10 or 12.
Oh, we might have to make it a regular section for the next couple
Yeah,
months.
there's like a Indo-Asian sort of fusion restaurant, which I need to check out. But yeah, and I don't mean to badmouth the loose wheel or the cloverleaf too much, but I don't know. I'm just like, maybe pizza should not be the first thing you order there, except for the cloverleaf, because I guess that's all they do. But set your expectations a little bit lower than what you would think world famous is.
But I feel like you'll find your thing.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
they gotta.
Yeah. They got popcorn.
Yeah, they got.
I love popcorn.
Yeah, there you go. You're sold.
Yeah, but yep.
You got any plans for the upcoming week?
Chromeo.
Chromeo on Monday.
Yep. Yep.
That's gonna be. That's. Oh, I did. Did you end up listening to see if they are the new album, or are they touring a new album? I remember
I
we were
think
talking about.
so. They have
that.
a new album out, and I want to say they're touring the new album.
Okay.
But I'm,
But you haven't listened
I'm
to
not
it yet either?
100%. I haven't listened to it yet. I'll probably
mean-
listen to it like.
I'm remembering that I
Tonight.
intended to, but then I didn't.
Yeah. Well, I lost my earbuds,
Oof.
so I can't listen to music at work.
Oh no.
I sit there.
Do you have a replacement order on way?
No.
You just lost them when you gave up.
I'm hoping that they just turn back up at some point.
You should have a backup pair.
I should have a backup pair, but I'm gonna give it another week.
Another week
Yeah.
of no listening to music
of
at
no
work.
listening to anything and just having to listen to the sounds at work.
That seems like hardly worth it.
And it's been a rough
I
week.
feel like you could order a new pair of, not, you don't have to go full great quality on
I
them.
could go to the truck stop across the street from where I
right?
work and probably pick up a decent pair for $12.
Yeah.
But I know as soon as I do.
Well, then you can return them.
Actually, if I end up with two pairs of earbuds at the
Mhm.
end of this, one's gonna stay at the office forever,
Yes.
forever,
There you go.
and then the other
In your car.
will go wherever
Stay-
I go,
Yeah, exactly. It will be on your person
on my person at all times.
at all times.
It's like my ID,
Exactly.
which I've noticed. Sometimes people just don't have their IDs on them.
Yeah, I think it's like you just don't bring your wallet.
Yeah, or leave it in your car or something. I
Mhm. I think with the advent of the phone tap payment, a lot more people then are like, well, I have my phone. That's everything I need.
Yeah, see, I guess I'm sort of paranoid about having my ID on me. You ever?
You're afraid someone's going to take you for an illegal citizen?
Well, I watched this Oliver Stone movie called Salvador, which was about a photojournalist that goes to El Salvador during the Civil War in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And they're checking people for their cedulas, which is cedula is basically it's a state ID, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have it, they shoot you. Now, that's highly unlikely to happen to me, but every time I don't have my ID on me,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
oh,
I'm going to get
glad-
shot.
yeah.
They're going to find me and they're going to gun me down for not having my cedula on
I'm
me.
glad I'm not in El Salvador right now.
Yeah. But, it's just that plays through my mind. Every time I'm like, where's my ID?
Yeah.
I'm like, they're going to kill me.
Well,
Unreasonable thought? Yes, but it's
it's not crazy.
sometimes movies make an impact on us as people, really just imprint on us.
Yeah.
And that one, that, if there's one thing I remember from that movie, it's
Have your
that
ID.
dude doesn't have his driver's license. They're going to kill him.
No. Yeah, that's not good. It reminds me of a Philip K. Dick book I read once about in the future where everyone has their ID, in their thumbprint or in their and then that's your identity that gets you in the door and it gets you. And in the plot, the main character, his ID gets deleted or turned off somehow. So then he has no he can't connect to the now cyber world. The world is much more like a cyborg. But so yeah, imagine not having your ID in the future will be even more difficult.
Yeah.
You couldn't log into your Google or your YouTube.
That I'm already signed into it on as long as it doesn't log out, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But no, that would be. I mean,
If
imagine
you lost your ID and then you couldn't watch YouTube anymore.
I'd get shot because I don't have my ID on me. They'd shoot me.
Exactly.
I have noticed if you ever watch people getting pulled over by the police, things always get much worse if they don't have their ID on
Yeah,
them.
then you're a little more suspect.
Yeah.
You don't have all your things in order.
Speaking of which, the 3 Tacoma police officers that were charged in the death of Manuel Ellis are actually on trial right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, all 3 are facing charges of murder in the second degree,
Ooh,
and I want to say manslaughter.
interesting.
Yeah, which I
So
think.
the trial just began?
Yep. Yep. Just began, and you know, all three of those officers have been on paid leave
Paid leave.
since 2020, dude. Could you imagine being
Wow.
being on 3 years of paid leave?
That's so sick.
I know. If I wasn't like possibly on the hook for spending 26 years in prison,
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be a nice little,
Oh, yeah.
part of my life. Probably the
Yeah.
best days of my life.
Oh, yeah. 3 years of paid leave?
But
That's crazy.
they could go to prison for a long time.
Do you think they'd have to pay back that paid leave?
No,
Yeah, no way.
no. They might have to spend it on legal fees because I hope they have good lawyers
Yeah.
because they're looking at a lot of prison time.
Yeah.
I think maximum sentence.
You hope
like
you get a
26
state
years.
appointed or someone in your union.
Could you,
backs ya.
oh yeah, they probably do have union lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet the police union's got some great lawyers.
Oh, I'm sure.
But anyways, the whole trial, right, revolves around whether or not Manuelis died from the injuries inflicted by the police or from a meth overdose. Because the police, like the defense, is saying he died from a meth overdose, and the prosecution is saying
It was the cops.
you beat him to death. And so that's basically what the entire trial hinges on. So it'll be kind of interesting. I mean, my own personal opinion is a guy dying of a meth overdose while you also happen to be aggressively sort of handling them is
Yeah, it seems suspicious.
such unfortunate timing that I don't buy it. But that's just, we'll see.
That's we'll say that's the official Grit City or Grit Monday morning.
Monday
Grit
morning
pub.
grit. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the official opinion of.
Yeah, it's a bit suspect. So I'm glad that they got taken to trial, and we'll see what
I guess
what
we'll
happens.
see how it plays out.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But man, three years of
Yeah, you think most
leave.
people in that situation, those 3 years, you would just be in jail or you'd be in prison in a holding cell,
probably. I
Yeah.
mean,
awaiting trial.
yeah,
But paid leave is nice.
paid leave. I'll take paid leave over prison.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll have to keep the people updated as the trial continues.
Yeah.
I got so this week, upcoming week,
Mhm.
we have Denali back, so that's my exciting
Ooh,
news
that's excellent.
for this week. But I don't know if I really have anything else on the schedule upcoming. Well, the German festival is still around the corner.
Ooh, the German festival. Not to
Or
be
no,
confused
sorry, I mean
with
the Greek
Oktoberfest.
I mean the Greek festival.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. When is that?
I think it's not next weekend, but the weekend after.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated and keep you posted.
Yeah.
But we're looking pretty good here.
Yeah.
Did you have any other
No, I might.
bits of grit?
I
for
heard there's some big renovations coming to like the Tacoma Mall sort of property.
Oh.
But I didn't get time to look into the specifics, so maybe I'll talk about it next week.
I think we got a couple of segments lined up for next week then.
I think so.
Awesome. Well then, until next week, have a good Monday and live life like the mountain's out, even though I almost certainly will not be for a couple more weeks.
I saw it a little bit yesterday.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.